Welcome everyone to the third episode of Suplexes and Shea Butter. I am one of your hosts, Tonya. And I'm just here with Dani right now. Uh, we don't know where Tyler is. Hopefully, if she is woke, she'll see my bad signal and she'll jump right on in here. But Dani and I are here, so we just want to thank you guys for listening. And this week is, of course, we come the week before and the week after. WWE has a special live event on their network. And this Saturday, they're going to have a super showdown in Australia. Ooh.
Woo! And it's good. I'm excited.
Yeah, for the most part, I really like this card. And so I wanted to start talking about the card with discussing the women's matches first. So the first match that we're going to talk about is kind of the throwaway matches, the two throwaway matches they really haven't done much with. Asuka and Naomi taking on
the Iconics,
Billy Kay, the Iconics, or as I call them, the Iconics.
Oh.
Because I do not like those ladies. I do not. Sam, I am. I do very much enjoy what I've been seeing from Naomi and Asuka. It doesn't feel forced. It feels natural. It you would think that would be an odd pairing, but it really works.
It does. I like them. They're very cute. Of course, I stand for Naomi, so anything she does. But Asuka, Asuka told that white girl, "Do not touch her hair," and I stand.
Yeah, I like the fact that Asuka knows that is a sensitive subject. She's like, you ain't even. I got you on this one. Don't touch her hair. What's wrong with you? Yes, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna like this little grouping, this pairing. Although they've seemed to have gotten the upper hand, like all of the time. So I kind of think, because WWE's all for 50-50 and shit. Yeah, I think the Iconics are gonna win, especially it's in Australia. I have another reason to be annoying on TV.
And that's the only reason I'm not mad at it. I just, I totally see them winning, and like if I saw them win, I'm totally fine with it. Like, it's not gonna be a problem for me. But I totally want Naomi and Asuka to win because I love Naomi. So.
Yes, and I want Naomi to have the world. So
for real, she deserves.
She's so awesome and great in everything, and should be at the face of one of those brands. Most definitely, she's a role model for everyone. I saw somebody that was talking shit about her and was like, "Well, the reason why I don't like her gimmick is because it's obviously based in hip hop, and I don't like hip hop." First of all, you numbnuts, whoever you are, you rando. If you knew anything about Naomi, it means it's way more than just it's based on some hip hop. Just because, like they said, Mario Ronaldo, when he was doing commentary for SmackDown, because he loves to bring up pop culture, said that she was inspired by Nicki Minaj. And I don't know if she ever fucking said that. Because how she explained the glow is about it's like using your personal strength to let it glow. It's like literally your aura is glowing out of you. All the goodness, everything. It's pretty much everything good within you shining through. And it takes heavy influence from gay culture. Anybody who is immersed in gay culture knows that she's obviously borrowing a lot of things from that community.
Literally.
So I don't know. because she's dancing.
If they're saying hip hop is because she's black and she's dancing, because those are the same people who feel like the New Day is just like hip hop, and it's like, okay, the New Day is doing a lot, but hip hop is not one.
No, New Day has nothing to do with hip hop whatsoever. But we're thinking Iconics, hoping for Naomi and Asuka on that one. We'll get to the ladies trio match over on Raw. I guess we'll talk about it when we cover this match then. They have Becky Lynch. No, not Becky Lynch, not that one. I'm trying to make sure it's still in the card. There it is. Ronda Rousey and the Bella Twins versus the Riot Squad. Yeah, you can give your thoughts first on this matchup and whatever other thoughts you have about them, and then I'll add mine.
Ooh, let's see. So Ronda, I'm still liking her. The Bella Twins, the Riot Squad, I like. I think the Riot Squad is I saw Kunde on the chat. Lord, we're already spicy in here. The Riot Squad is, I like what they're doing. I think Ruby has proven herself a few times at this point where she's had these pretty good matches with, a ton of different women at this point. Because I feel like she's had a great match with Sasha. She had a great match with, I want to say Nia. She had a great match with Charlotte when she was on SmackDown. Like, I feel like she's been really doing great. So I'm excited for her. And, I think the Riot Squad did a lot better as a trio than Absolution did. When it comes to Brie, I think there's the elephant in the room on this one. Brie is, oof. I'm not a fan right now. I mean, I like her. Okay, so it's like I don't even know how to compartmentalize my thoughts on it because I like her, but I'm also feeling like the hate is ridiculous. But I'm also like, girl, get your life together. But also, it doesn't mean she needs to retire because everyone will make mistakes. So I don't know. I don't know where I stand on this, but I'm not down for all the hate. It's just the hate is overdone.
Okay. Yeah, the hate is overboard. But here's the thing. And I think a lot of people do this. And I think when it first happened to Roman, he also did this. The lumping of every single thing as hate. Everything that's not positive is hate. And that's really not true. Now, if I've never liked Brie Bella, and I'm gonna be honest, I never have. I am a Nikki Bella fan. I think she is the better wrestler, the better personality, and the better overall person. Because I've watched Total Divas and Total Bellas. I've never liked Brie, but like that's not. Like, I don't think, oh, now I have my opportunity to drag her, Like, I love Liv Morgan. I wish that hadn't happened. I think what happened was negligent on Brie's part and WWE's part. It was a meaningless match. I think to me, she seemed so unaware. Brie, I'm speaking. When it happened, when she pinned her and Liv couldn't even give her leg for the cover. You didn't recognize then your fucking husband has just been through all this stuff about head trauma. And how many doctors have you seen him with? And you're so in tune and in key with your husband's condition. But when it happens to someone across the ring from you, you act like you don't know what the fuck to do.
Yeah, I think I saw.
It wasn't just the kick for me. It was the all of it. She seemed so unprofessional in that moment. And I just was like, how have you been around the business for this long and you don't know how to edit? You don't know how to go on the fly. That, to me, that's what it means. You don't know how, if something goes wrong, to change something where it's not blatantly obvious. There are so many other things that they could have done to, like, not let everybody know what the fuck had actually happened. Because, and Brie, she's the veteran. You like to talk about how long you've been in the business. Well, fucking show it when situations like this arise. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I And beyond that, storyline wise, like I'm sick of it. Ronda Rousey doesn't have a character other than she used to be in the UFC, and she's so fucking happy that she's here now. And I'm sick of that. She needs a personality. She needs a character. And I don't think her character or personality is the type of person that, like, even what they've shown, the type of person that would just be paddling around with the Bellas for no obvious reason. Like, I understand that Nikki is close to one of the other 4 horsewomen, but like the general public doesn't really know that.
I didn't know that.
They just
I consider myself general public.
Right. I think her name is Shaza McKenzie or something. She's trained. Yeah, she's trained with Nikki Bella before, so there's a connection. However, most of the general public doesn't know that. Most people are just seeing the Bellas pop up, and now they've attached themselves to Ronda, and that's not really going to help you because WWE has to know that the Bellas are polarizing. Everybody doesn't fucking love them. They talk about it on their reality show all the time. I'm sure this will be a very special episode.
Oh, yeah.
So
Bree gave everybody 2 pieces. You know what I already said. Bree been putting down poor little birdie for naps. That little girl's been like, either you go down or you gonna stay down.
So I want in this match for the Riot Squad to win because they're a complete stable, and I always think that an established group, should be 3 people who just happen to be together for this match.
Yeah.
And also, just to detour a little bit, like I genuinely hadn't seen many people still talking about Brie Bella in general. The mouth breathers are gonna mouth breathe. They are. So Monday, when Daniel Bryan rattles off these tweets talking about
let's talk about these tweets,
which is the name of this show. Accidents happen because they do. But I think, like, if you hit somebody with a car, right? When the police show up, they're gonna be like, you know what? Everybody makes mistakes. You can go on. There's no need to investigate this. So when
I have a different opinion on that.
Okay.
I think when I read his tweets, I thought what he said was completely valid. I'm like, exactly. The guys have made mistakes. Like, the guys kick each other and go all out all the time, and it happens, and nobody, like, I don't even, to be honest, I can't even name a lot of these instances because I don't know. You know, like, it's such a non-issue. And I feel like, okay, yes, Brie had an issue, but the level of vitriol that she got was really out of control. I mean, people were calling for retirement and all these things, and I'm just like, is it ever that? And Brie has been doing those kicks for how many years now? This is the first time, and then you said this is the first time she's ever injured someone else. So it's like, it's not like Brie has been recklessly just like taking girls out left and right. It wasn't like she was malicious. It just happened. So for me, I thought he was completely right. Where it's like, y'all are just being, the vitriol is just a bit unnecessary. It's cyberbullying.
Okay, I understand the vitriol, but just saying when an accident happens, just saying, oh, well, accidents happen, and there's no need to investigate or look in how this happened, how to prevent it. In order to do that, you have to call people out and see if someone's culpable for it. And also, people have very short-term memories. People called for Seth Rollins' head. Bret Hart called him out. People said he had no business wrestling anymore. Jack Swagger got a lot of shit. Ryback was called out by CM Punk and pretty much made a pariah because he hurt him. So it does happen with men all the time.
Yeah, you came with the receipts on that.
It happens with men all the time. And I think it's coming from a place of fans just want them to be as careful as possible. And you can look at Daniel Bryan's tweets another way. He's admitting all these things he's done. Okay, Bryan, well, you're just as fucking reckless as she is. Ooh. And the thing that, okay, right? If you're saying, well, I kicked somebody in the head and I did this and I did, okay, well, you're just as reckless in the ring. Like, you ain't Jesus, you ain't God.
That's why Brie been kicking everybody out wrong, because she's been training with him.
Right. So just saying, oh, accidents happen because look, me, I've done it before. Like, you're fucking perfect. I hate to brag, and I say this every so often because I don't want to jinx myself. Roman Reigns don't botch and he don't injure people. Motherfuckers. That's just me being petty. I understand.
That's because if Roman, and I know he doesn't botch, because if he did, we would have known.
Everybody would know. There would be all his haters would talk about.
Yeah.
But my whole thing on it is that, okay, so Daniel Bryan came out and said that. Okay, I'll give him that. I don't really care what Brie does because she's always been the lesser Bella. Ooh. And I don't think they're going to put her.
Every time you call her the lesser Bella.
I don't think they're going to put her in any big spots anymore. She's just like here as an accessory to either Nikki or Bryan. That's the way I see her. So as long as she doesn't hurt anybody again, I don't really care. But like, my whole thing is, if we have to listen to like these people, like, well, Daniel Bryan said leave Brie Bella alone because accidents happen, and that's the gospel. So okay, if he's so smart and what he says is the gospel, stop acting like his fucking parents every time he does a diving headbutt.
Okay, and you know what? That's the truth, because even, to be honest, I'm so conflicted about it because he did this bullshit the first time when he was kind of in and out of action, and I remember him saying something of like him going really hard with all types of head moves because he was trying to like test how far he could go, which ultimately put him out of action. Mm-hmm. And I'm just like, for me, I get frustrated whenever I see him do anything that involves his head. I just do, because I'm like, you cried about the quality of life that you have lost. So now that you got it back, you're so comfortable, so cavalier to do things that involve your head. And maybe this is one of those things that, oh, I'm not a wrestler, so I don't get it. It's different. Whatever. You can tell me whatever you want to say, but I cannot get down with it. It makes me uncomfortable to watch every single time, because I'm like, we watched you cry. And much like the Undertaker and his, 17th, this is what his 14th retirement, much like the Undertaker and his 14th retirement match, don't waste my emotions. Don't make me get invested if you're gonna just completely do something else.
I no longer give a shit. And if it comes up again that Daniel Bryan has some type of head or neck injury, I'd be like, oh well, he got what he wanted. And that may seem harsh, but you can't say in one breath, don't be worried, accidents happen, and then another breath, oh, cry for me because I was hard-headed and kept doing moves that the fans didn't want me to do.
Because I don't think anybody's calling for him to do any headbutts.
No, he has to know that fans don't want him to do the flying headbutt. Dynamite Kid got fucked up off that move. The guy who made that move wishes he hadn't even ever started it, Harley Race.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and Chris Benoit actually did the flying headbutt, and
his that was jelly by the time we got to him.
Exactly. So this is my thing. Either he's doing that to manipulate people, and I don't think it's right. I don't think it's fair. Or he really does think, I'm a wrestler. I've been doing this forever. I know better than these people. And yes, you do, Brian. You do. But don't look for my tattooed tears if you get injured that way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
100%. And I'm in total agreement on that, because it's just it makes me uncomfortable every time. I'm just looking at him like, nigga, you just learn your lessons.
All right. So I think we've sufficiently spoken on that. Let's move on to the most important women's match on the card, which I've really enjoyed this fruit. Charlotte challenges Becky Lynch for the SmackDown Women's Championship.
Boa, baby.
I love Becky's character. Now her switch, she absolutely needed this. And fucking fans, just let her turn heel. She is killing it.
To be honest, I like it because she's getting sassier and sassier.
Yes.
Every time. because like the fans are just like, yeah. Because the thing about it is, she's not this. They were where like Portland. You know, that's not a smart city. That, as far as I know, that's not a city that everybody like. You know what I mean? Like they go up for all the time. It's not like a Brooklyn or a LA or something like that. So for her to be getting that kind of love in Portland, I'm just like, listen, Becky is killing it.
She is. She's been doing awesome. That's the only match I actually like really, really care who wins. Cause it's just gonna be such a bummer if Charlotte beats her. It's just like, come on, guys.
It's funny. It's funny because even seeing Charlotte come out, I feel like, because I want to say it was you who tweeted where it was like, not everything is a heel turn.
It is.
I completely agree. I think the what's interesting on this is that I feel like we've said this before, but the problem is that they're trying to, people agree with Becky is the problem. Like, it's just Becky makes more sense. Everyone was kind of like, really, Charlotte got another title shot? Like, she doesn't deserve it. And so Becky's being like, Charlotte doesn't deserve a title shot. It's like, we all agree. So
yeah, like, she's the champion now, and she's showing narcissistic behavior that like.
But she's so likable. I like her.
I understand, but her behavior is not okay, despite who it is. It is not okay. And like, for people, these people, they're such like, they're so against Trump. Some of these people who claim that Becky is still the face, and I'm like, you know what you sound like, right?
I will say this. I don't think that she's a face in this.
No, she's not.
But
she's doing bad.
I still like her. Yeah. I think the only thing that will make a change is if it's like she needs to attack someone that we all like. Because even
she needs to get away from the Charlottes and the Lanas and go on to. Hell, Carmella now. She might get some heat against Carmella because
we like her.
Yeah, Carmella's a face now.
Carmella's been putting in work.
Like her. Our truth is a miracle worker.
He is. I love this man so much. Before we switch over to him, but I definitely think for me, Becky is just, she's killing it, firing on all cylinders. I really want her to win coming out of Super Showdown. I'm predicting like shenanigans though.
I think so too, but
because they don't want Charlotte
to as long as Becky. I want Becky versus Ronda. It's like, I want champion versus champion at Survivor Series again, and I want Becky versus Ronda, and I also want AJ versus Roman. And they need to not change these fucking things. When we have those two matchups, possibly down the pike, don't change anything. You can take the titles off of all of them the day after Survivor Series. Just keep it so I can see these two matches, please.
Now, do you want to see Ronda versus Charlotte? Because we know we've been hearing the rumors that's the intention.
At this point, it's abundantly clear that Ronda needs someone to lead her and to guide her, and I am not certain that Charlotte is the appropriate person to do such a thing.
Yeah.
I have no interest in that match. I want to see Ronda against a lot of people, but Charlotte is not one of them.
I don't know why I'm not interested in that match. I'm just not. I personally would like to see like a Ronda Asuka.
Oh my god!
Asuka will beat the shit out of Ronda.
See, yeah. That would be great, actually. Wow. Sell me that goddamn match. Yes. So we're both in agreement that we want Becky to win this bitch.
Yeah.
So do you think they're going back to Charlotte so early, though?
I don't know.
I hope not. God, I
hope not. I feel like Charlotte needs to retool a little bit. because she used to ask herself, why is it that people aren't siding with her? And I feel like she's everything you want in a villain because she's just been handed things, and she's also tough. Like, I think that's what makes it interesting for her, is because she's tough. Like, yes. I don't look at Charlotte and think that that's an easy match and anyone's just gonna walk right through her. And I think that's what makes her such a great villain. Yeah. And, it doesn't help that Becky is much smaller than Charlotte either, because that just automatically visually makes you, an underdog.
So I think Charlotte isn't someone who garners sympathy, like physically or from just who she is.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's an intimidating woman just to look at. She's tall and she's muscular and she's athletic.
As hell, yeah, she is.
So there's very few women you can match up with her physically and be like, oh, they're going to dominate her, So yeah. It just makes more sense that she's heel. But like, I don't really particularly need them to turn her heel. Just don't have her as the focus. But if she is the focus, but she should. I know, because WWE sucks at booking faces. Like, you want Becky to be a face, but you don't want Becky to be a WWE face. You want them to keep booking her just like this.
Yeah, it's not that hard. I don't understand why it's that hard.
Because, but they're not gonna book her like this unless they get to book her. They get to say she's a heel. That's the catch-22. But I'm fine with it. Let her be a heel. She is doing amazingly. Okay, so is there anything else? Because I'm gonna move on to the men's stuff now.
Yes. No, it's not nothing for me. Except for saying I love Archer.
What Ashley Powell kind of touched on when we mentioned New Day. New Day is going to defend their titles against the Bar, and Ashley called them Kunde. I wouldn't go that far.
I wouldn't go that far. Hulk Hogan statement saved them from coonery.
I don't think they're doing blackface, but what they've always done is subvert tropes and played into tropes about Black people.
Yeah.
But if you do these things and you hit these same notes for too long, they become a caricature. And they've been doing this pancake shit forever. And
yeah. I still don't know what the purpose of that is.
I guess because they did bootios first, which you understood that it came from the slang that they were talking about.
Yeah.
Calling people booty, and you take your bootio so you won't be booty.
Yeah.
But from pancake, then the pancakes came in, and it was just, okay, New Day likes pancakes. And we all, especially Black women, we know about Aunt Jemima. If you wear a scarf on your head,
yeah,
Lord knows. But I just think they either need to come up with something fresh, or it might be time to split them up.
I think so. Or I feel like I've fantasy booked in my head a whole breakup angle for the New Day, right? And I will spare y'all the details, but just know it would be riveting. But I think there has to be some type of evolution. I think that's the problem that is happening. There's no evolution. So I would like to either see them kind of start being less than savory. Like, could you imagine like a sinister New Day throwing pancakes and like being fun, but like cheating and being like obnoxious? And you're like, well, hold on. Like, like I could like some type of evolution, but at this point it feels very stagnant. And I love Kofi, and I really, really, really want him to have a title shot and a title opportunity. And I think he has now more than ever. I think there's that momentum that he needs of like genuine love, a lot of support. People are there. I just think this opportunity with the Bar was the perfect chance for them to be serious, and they just are blowing it.
They are.
This is the perfect time for them to just be like, oh, we're gonna turn up the heat. Don't forget that we're 5-time champs for a reason. But instead they're kind of being like, oh, who us? We're just happy to be here. And I'm just like, what is going on?
Yeah, I know some people are saying yikes about what I'm saying about New Day, but understand that I like a lot of Black people I know. They either used to be wrestling fans or they still are. And I bring up the New Day, and they hate them with a passion. And they all say the same, thing that they're cooning, it's racist, and you cannot get them to think anything different. They're like, this is what black people have to do to make money and get big in the WWE. This is what they think. So, and like, I can't just shoot them completely down on this thought, knowing the history of WWE in this company and a lot of New Day's antics. I do sometimes look at them like, child, that was not it, but we gonna let you make it this time because I like you. But there are some elements of the gimmick that can become problematic, and especially in today's climate, that is just not.
I think, because I 100% think it crossed over that line, because when it's funny to me, the other day I was listening to one of the interviews with the New Day, and they were talking about how they formed, or it wasn't the New Day, it was Xavier Woods. And I want to say he was on Booker T's podcast. And so I'm listening to him talk about how the New Day came together. And in listening to the story that I've already heard a million times, when he talks about how Vince is like, oh, you know, you guys will be preachers, and they all kind of look at each other and were kind of annoyed because it was another stereotype. And I'm just kind of sitting there like, so you're aware and you're conscious, and yet what you're doing, because Vince wanted you to laugh and dance and smile. And you are here now laughing, dancing, and smiling. Yes. That's why he's pushing you, because you're giving him exactly what he wanted.
They ended up laughing, dancing, and smiling anyway.
So it's like, I don't understand what exactly. Yeah. So right. I think it's just time for evolution with them.
Yeah.
Someone said the wasting of food is what gets them. Zed Sled said the wasting of food is what gets me.
The pancakes ain't even all that. Like,
they got yellow lately. I don't really like the color. I was like, what is that food color?
You eat more than 4 pancakes and you feel bloated, and you start regretting life decisions and all types of shit.
You're like, I don't want to go to brunch anymore.
Like, why did I eat that extra pancake? And now I'm sitting here with rocks in the bottom of my gut and I feel disgusting. Oh my God. And it's only breakfast. Why did I eat?
I've been in that show so many times where you're like, bro, I got carried away and this is my fault. My whole Saturday is ruined.
Okay. There are some matches that they are not showing on here.
There was a tweet I saw earlier with the
here
graphic.
We go. Kevin Owens and Elias versus Lashley and John Cena is gonna make an appearance. Yay, for all of you who care. I'm like, ever since his feud with Roman, I'm so saucy. Like, I'm convinced that motherfucker is straight up jealous.
He is jealous.
He still want to be in that spot, and I have no use for John Cena anymore. I never had much use for him in the beginning.
I loved him.
Other than being Nikki Bella's boyfriend, and he ain't that no more. So I don't care about him.
I know I was at a SmackDown Live, and I was like, John Cena, I love you. I was so excited. But that has been years ago. I
saw him live the first house show I went to, and it was so like it was such an experience, because like people were so excited and the building was shaking and you could feel it in the air, and I'm just sitting in my chair like, okay. I swear I was like, okay, I guess this is him. I guess I don't know. I've never been that girl about John Cena. Like, I won't take anything away from him. He's just never been my cup of tea.
I liked him when I first got back into wrestling, because I remembered him. I probably stopped watching a little bit after he got the spinner belt. When he when he was like way back like 2002. It was kind of when I finally kind of stopped watching wrestling. So yeah. So when I came back, I was like, oh, him. I remember him. Wasn't he a rapper? Interesting. Now he's got a country accent. Interesting. Like, because that was my thing. Like, it was like I came back and he was recognizable, so I liked him a lot. And then as I started to get actually back into wrestling and really watching and paying attention, it was like I used to get frustrated when he would cut promos, and like this week he's like, "You son, you so stupid, son," and then the next week he'd be like, "Well, I will try my best."
That black,
I'm right. I'm like, what is this,
girl? The way he throws on that voice and starts talking like he's like, you are from West Newbury, Massachusetts. If you do not stop, sir,
it's so
trying to
frustrating.
Speak and what get out.
And I'm not getting this physical transformation.
The rest of the list.
Really everyone's saying like how amazing he looks, and I'm like, he looks really veiny.
He looks like he's on steroids. I'm just like, I'm gonna call a spade a spade. He looks like he's on serious. Like he's like, finally, I'm a part timer.
Yes, like it just looks so weird to me. Or maybe I'm just so used to him being extremely buff that like him being normal buff is like too much. But I don't know. It's just not. I'm not rocking with it. I'm not rocking with it.
It's not cute.
What's next?
Okay, so I finally got to the whole list, and the cruiserweight champion Cedric Alexander takes on Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy. Do you watch 205 Live?
No.
No, so we can skip that one. I was like, okay.
I watch the mixed match, that mixed match challenge every week. They find me. I love it, but I won't watch 205 or NXT unless y'all tell me something to go back and watch.
I can't. It's just too much wrestling, and I have sleep and other things to watch. Okay, yeah. Daniel Bryan versus The Miz, and the big thing is, like, they've been pushing that, like, Daniel Bryan won't do what it takes to beat The Miz. So I think either he comes up short again, or he does, he does something like underhanded, which I don't know why people think Daniel Bryan is above that, but he's not. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't understand why since when he became so noble, but I think he's just the poster child for like doing the right thing and perseverance. Yeah. He's very much a 2018 John Cena. I don't know. I want The Miz to win because I prefer The Miz in general. I watched The Miz on The Real World as a kid, and I stand for him no matter what, because I saw what he started with. I know what he started with. So to see him now, I'm like, what? I want The Miz to win. I can't tell if they're trying to end this feud or not. It doesn't feel like the end of like a complete blow off of a feud.
No, it doesn't. So
I don't think that this is the end. So I'm not sure how it's gonna go, but I would like The Miz to win.
I want The Miz to pull off some kind of fantabulous stunt. I don't care what it is or who it involves, but some kind of fantabulous stunt to win again. Because that's what The Miz does.
I love him too. Because he's so delusional. He's so good at being like oblivious to like why people dislike him. He's like, no, like you guys are mad because I try harder than all. And it's like, what? No, you cheated, sir. You got brass knuckles. And we know this.
That's true. But I mean, look at the company he's in. So it's like they let him. Okay, so yeah, we're breezing through this card. WWE champion AJ Styles versus Samoa Joe. And I love saying it like that. Samoa Joe. First of all, let me just say, Samoa Joe, whoo, baby.
Listen.
Come ring on my doorbell. I'll open the door.
I'm saying. Come on. I will let you in.
Come on home.
Okay, I won't even be an invasion, baby. Don't even worry about it.
Okay, so I wanted to ask a question because I noticed this. I was talking with some other wrestling fans, and this one particular fan, she really goes on like the emotional. Like, she can't just watch a regular wrestling match. She has to have some type of story and emotions. And she was saying after she watched AJ's little thing on SmackDown, his little message, she was like, she didn't know why it was falling flat for her. And I was like, the storyline isn't falling flat because Joe keeps people engaged. AJ's side is the one where you should be more mad and pissed off. Why are you scared of this man? You've kicked his ass before. You should be trying to hunt him down. So I think the way AJ is being presented is kind of like a sad sack almost. Like AJ is like, it's almost like AJ is waiting for somebody else to come handle Samoa Joe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because I feel like with AJ, when they came to that mailbox, bro, AJ was like, "Is that my mailbox? What is he doing? Is that my mailbox?" I'm like, "Bro, you should be losing your mind in this ring right now. Like are you kidding?"
Like when he realized it wasn't that Joe was at his house, he shouldn't have been in the ring with the microphone anymore. They should have shown him like running backstage, headed to a car or something.
Yes,
because that's how real people with families that are being
real men with families,
right? And then like the message that he gave, it was so meme worthy and funny. And you're not supposed to be making fun of the guy. You supposed to sympathize sometimes with the hero, but most of the time, people want to live through the hero, and nobody wants to be like that. Like that's I would not. You think if somebody came to my house who had been threatening my family and rung my doorbell
about it,
that okay, I can pay somebody to stay at this house and make sure but I would stalk his life. So half of it is the writing, and half of it is the way AJ chooses to play it, where most people are like, fuck, Joe's great and I want to see him beat AJ. And that in a storyline like this, you're absolutely supposed to be 100% in the tank for AJ.
Yeah. And because there's nothing redeemable about Joe. Nothing.
No, he is being like super creepy. Like
I just think it says a lot about me that it's like turning me on. But I will figure out what I need to do with my therapist. So I'm like, I shouldn't love this man, and I love him more. I love him more every time. But Joe, AJ, I feel like there's been a lack of fire. I feel like when AJ came onto the scene and he kind of floundered a little bit and, was kind of just like coasting, and then he just had that fire, like, no, you guys don't understand. I'm the best. And he just was putting on fire match after fire match. He was just going on. I never was really into his promos and his particular style, but like the intensity was there. And I feel like, he and Daniel Bryan are in the same place right now of like, there's that automatic adulation and respect they've been given that they're not working nearly as hard as they could to be the best they can be right now.
I would agree. And I think all AJ needs, if anybody in the WWE is listening, all AJ needs is to light a fire under him, is to wrestle Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. That's it, because it happened the last time. It'll happen again. Trust me.
Yeah.
Book it.
Every time he fights Roman, he's like, bitch, I gotta work hard.
Right? You're like, God damn, this is the guy. Okay. I see what I'm competing with. Yeah. I remember what I'm competing and who I'm competing against. 100%. I will not slack again. Thank you, Roman, for reminding me.
Now, do you think that they're trying to erase Punk's title reign with AJ?
Absolutely. Oh.
So you have no hope that there's going to be a title change tonight?
No, none whatsoever.
Same. It pains me. I feel like if they want to swerve, they can, but, just...
I don't think they will.
Between losing that lawsuit and all that, they're not going to...
Nah.
They're too petty for that. They surely did that with AJ's reign on the Divas title.
Yeah. So
we know what this is.
But I didn't mind because I never liked AJ. That's another subject. That's like... I could spend 2 hours talking about how AJ Lee ain't for women like she said she was, but we're not gonna go there. We're not gonna go there.
I'm biting my tongue because it's such a heated one. Yeah.
When only a certain group of women is acceptable to you, I don't think you're a feminist. I'm sorry. When you trash other women's lifestyles, yeah. But I do think they're gonna go ahead and erase Punk's his modern day
Do we know how many days his reign is so far?
No, but somebody said it was 300 plus days, and I was like, is it? It's close. Any day now, he could beat it. Thank God, so it could be over. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. It's just I need it to be done.
It's too much. It's like AJ has been boring as fuck, boring as shit. This is the most interesting he's been, and he's still fucking boring.
Yeah. If you're gonna get, I feel like Nikki, because I think Nikki was heel at the time that she was breaking the title reign, and I think Nikki was doing. At least when I remember them being at that point, I remember Nikki being like, it was like they were nefarious the whole time, and it was like frustrating. So we were so happy when she lost title. There was like energy behind it. And overall, AJ's just dry.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you broke the record, but I mean, look at your title reign. It's boring.
It is. I mean, Roman's defended his title more than Brock has with that ridiculous reign. And Roman's been champ for 3 weeks.
This is a no Brock zone unless we have to.
I got
Brock
you.
Lesnar. Let's just say that. Fuck him. So we both say AJ. They could surprise us, but I don't think they will.
I don't think so.
And we are down to. Well, I was gonna say the last match, but there is another match. God damn it! But the Shield versus Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre. For the past 2 weeks, they've been teasing Dean leaving the Shield, and it feels unearned. Like, I understand fans. I don't understand, because I'm a Dean Ambrose fan, and some people are like, he deserves better than main eventing. Like, Roman Reigns is the champ, and Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose are getting main event house show checks with him.
Yes. Talk about it. Okay, what's the problem? What are you mad at?
Universal champion.
Why are you mad, sis?
And the past 2 weeks have been about Dean Ambrose.
For real.
Roman Reigns is a bit player. He is like, the fuck with this meta leaking in this. Give me stories. That's cheap. Using what fans feel about booking to add something to your fucked up storyline. Because if Dean, Dean don't remember when he was United States champion, and right after, because I am well versed in the Shield, right after Seth and Roman lost the titles, he threw shade at them about being the only champion. So how does it feel now, motherfucker? I don't feel sorry for him. Anyway, he just came back. And by the way, if you wanted to be Universal Champion or Intercontinental Champion, then you should have had some balls and picked one of them to face.
That's my thing. It's like, literally, you had the choice. So why are you mad at them because you had the choice? Like, they know what it is. They know it's business.
Being fake noble.
Exactly. Like, you don't get points for doing stuff and then taking it back right after. It doesn't work like that. So for me, this Shield run has been very interesting, because at first I was like, okay, they're getting washed. And then I was like, then they got washed individually. And I was like, oh, well, maybe they just need to put on their clothes so their powers can activate. And then they put on their clothes, and we have just seen them get washed this whole time. And I'm just kind of like, this is interesting. I mean, I don't think we want to see the Shield run roughshod over everyone, because that will be exciting for 3 weeks, and then we're going to be like looking for the next thing. So I like that there is some type of energy behind, is the Shield even the same Shields anymore? Because they're definitely struggling this time around.
The thing is, it seems like, okay, first of all, you never gonna convince me that Dolph Ziggler is dominating anybody. I don't care how many other people he got with him. and God bless Dolph, but no, he ain't no. Come on now, stop it, stop, cut it out. That
Settle it down.
and like it could have been done better. I think this is where the swerve comes because certain segments with uh bronze group, as I'll call them, because I'm not saying that stupid ass name.
What
There are
is their name?
Dogs of War.
Okay, that's real. I saw someone put that on Twitter. I was like, "That's
like
who made this nickname?"
Ron called them that the first week, and I think it was so resoundingly rejected that they were like, "We ain't gonna." Tyler,
I'm so sorry, man. Damn,
girl, we done went through the whole show.
Girl, I've got a cold, so my mind has been all over the damn place.
That's okay, baby. We talking about the best part anyway. We talking about the Shield versus those losers.
Oh, just in time.
Yeah, you just in time. See, we should have been started talking about Roman. She would have been.
See, someone just brought out the point of Dolph dropped his belt in the ring and walked out. So like he was like, well, why should we ever care about him again? And that's 100% how I feel. Like Dolph dominating people, that doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
Oh, you talking about Roman versus Dolph Ziggler?
No, we're talking about the Super Showdown.
Yeah.
And the trios match. And we're just talking about the overall booking and like why it's not hidden with me. One main factor is because Dolph is involved. To me it tarnishes a little bit because it's two badasses and Dolph against the Shield. That's the only way I see it. And the Shield is a cohesive unit. They should beat them because Dolph is there. Like Dolph should not be a fact. Like, no, baby.
I think it's just WWE, like, because everybody always says how how WWE doesn't do anything for Dolph, and that's not true. How many times has he's been IC champion or tag champion or been involved in storylines, even though he has the entrance level of a freaking I don't know. It's like his wrestling is great, his selling is great, but it's like it's some character wise it doesn't click with people.
Because being able to wrestle isn't special anymore. Like everyone can wrestle. Everyone. So
did you see Undertaker's interview? He said the exact same thing you said because he was like, "It's not about moves anymore." He said it's really about characters and the moves that you tell, as far as the story that you're telling in the ring. Because he said if you're trying to ump the ante all the time with a move that you do, the fans are going to be like, "Okay, what's next?" And that's true.
Yeah. So that's why, like with Dolph, I remember that energy we had. I lost my whole mind when he cashed in on Alberto. And just the love that he had at that point in time. It's one of those things. It's like such a hard fall from grace for me with him now, because it's just like I'm so apathetic to him, and I don't know what he can do because it's not about wrestling. He's always been able to wrestle. But I don't know what he can do to connect, because he tried to do this whole no gimmick, and what is this? Like, who?
See, I was starting to get behind that because I thought it was something different because it went with the promo that he had cut, especially when he was coming out as different people's gimmicks, and then every time his music would play, he'll scratch that and just come out to no music. I thought that was different, but then somehow, some way, it just fell off. And I don't know if that's because of him or is that because of WWE, because I thought I gave WWE credit because I thought it was something different. Sometimes you have it, sometimes you don't, as far as charisma or, or maybe it's just him not owning the character and making it his.
That's why I connected to him the most when he was just like, it's too bad that I'm so good. Like, y'all can be mad, but follow my match. That connected to me because I just feel 100%. I still feel like he feels like that. Like he just feels like he's the best match on the card. Like that energy was just so valid for me. that I just, everything else just doesn't click. But I get Evolution. I don't know. It's one of those things I feel bad because I don't like what he's giving and I don't have an answer. So I feel like I'm just complaining, but I don't know what to tell him.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I tolerate him. I mean, I don't hate him or anything. I mean, it's a lot of wrestlers that I don't care for that I just tolerate that you don't see me talk a lot of shit about. Probably except for a few, like, you know, that wrestler on the blue brand, but we're not gonna. Y'all see my tweets. I don't give a shit. Motherfuckers can be mad all they want to. I'm tired of fucking double standards. I'm gonna call it out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think they're building up this Dean thing, but I really think if you pay attention to the group dynamics of the other group, Drew's fed up. He is tired of this like dog and pony show. Like the and it's he never says it, but it's kind of implied by the way he looks at them. And what I'm hoping is that Drew's like, fuck y'all, I'm out of here. I can do this on my own. I don't need y'all.
And then they was trying to tease Dolph turning on them too, because you have Braun Strowman calling Dolph the weak link of the group, which he ain't lying, but still, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
Yeah.
as much as I hate to agree with Braun, he ain't lying about Dolph being the weak link. But you know, it's like they trying to tease everybody except two people, and that's Seth. No, wait. They trying to tease three people turning: Dean, Dolph, and Drew, and then the other three, you know, just being, you know, same old, same old. And it's like, okay, I get it, you know. And I think people's only reason for Dean wanting to turn is stupid to me, but they want him to turn all because he doesn't have a title. And it's like, okay, that's still not a good reason for me as to why he should turn on Roman of all people. Like, it's like, okay, I understand people like it when wrestlers turn on Roman because he's a damn heat magnet and people want to see him get beat up and shit. But it's like, Roman has been the most loyal member. If you haven't been watching from the breakup to now, he even forgave Seth. Like, and I still don't know if he forgive himself. He probably just being there because he loyal as fuck to a default. But it's
People don't remember when he forgave him. When Seth came back from his injury, he gave an interview and he said, since being the champion, he sees how hard it is, and he commended Seth on his title run. And he said Seth did what he had to do, and he understood. But Roman is not the emotionally damaged person that Dean was. Roman has buku family members. He probably got cousins he hate. So of course he will understand. So of course he will more easily forgive than somebody who comes from a broken home, who is the only child, who never has friends, who got stabbed. Supposed to act like this. And then when Seth and Roman were both having problems with KO and Jericho, they looked at each other, they did a fist bump, and then they power bombed KO through the table together. That was the fucking forgiveness. And I don't know why people need a 5-letter apology from Seth to Roman to accept that Roman Ben forgave this man.
Oh, and here's the thing too. If Seth were, I mean, this is how we'll book it. You know, like Seth would come to the realization.
This chat is spicy.
Like, Seth would come to the realization that, okay, obviously, I'm still not trusted after X amount of years after what I did. You know, like, Roman's the kind of guy who just takes his bumps and bruises and moves on. Cause he really don't need to turn on nobody to get what he's going after. If people watch his character and shit, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If he wants to, he'll get it just as easily. But it's like, he don't mind going, if he got to go through people, he don't mind doing that. But it's like, okay, he realized Dean, and I said this, and Dean brought it up because I said this when Seth Rollins moved on to Jason Jordan and won the title. Even I felt some way about that when he won the titles with Jason Jordan. I was like, Dean gonna be pissed off about that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, you just, to hell with Dean. I'm finna go get these tag champs. It kind of.
But by that logic,
I want to say it come off heelish, but it's like Seth still does this thing where no matter what, whether I need to wait on my brother or not, I don't give a damn. I'm still gonna go after what I want. You know what I'm saying? Even though we were supposed to go after these things together. And Dean brought that up because I said when Dean comes back, he's not gonna forget about, Seth not waiting on him to come back and then going after the tag titles. He was just like, to hell with it. I'm going after these tag team titles. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And Roman, even though he was IC champ already, he wanted to beat the shit out of Joe for what he did to Dean. So it's
and Roman was being replaced left and right. They kept calling everybody the Shield. It was like putting a grandmother in the ring and was like, that's the Shield now. Like, they put everybody to replace Roman when he was out.
See, Roman should have turned on him for that shit overseas with Triple H in his spot. The fuck?
Triple H was the worst one.
Triple H of all people? Of all people, really. Triple fucking H.
I call him Sloth because he moves slow as fucking ring. Sloth with 3 H's.
He look like one now, shit. Okay, so who do y'all have? I think the Shield's gonna win.
Yeah, the Shield gonna win. They be getting washed every fucking week. And people, I seen people complaining about that. Even you guys. Yeah, I'm calling out my people on this damn show. Even you too. But I was like, okay, we already know the Shield is the strongest faction in the modern era right now. So obviously, when you're a strongly booked wrestler, even though they don't do this with fucking Braun Strowman. I don't see. Anyway, let me not go on a tangent. If you're a strongly booked character and you're feuding with someone, you got to make them look credible somehow. So they just gonna have to keep getting watched every week to make this feud as serious as it can be, and to make them think they have a chance. And I think they have. I think they have did a somewhat good job of teasing turns with both of the groups, because it's kind of unpredictable as we get closer to the Super Showdown, because it's like, okay, we keep saying, okay, they keep teasing Dean. It's too obvious that he's gonna turn. You know what I'm saying? So it's like maybe somebody else turn. It wouldn't make sense for Seth Rollins to turn again, because why?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Braun Strowman, no reason. He's either heel or face. Dolph, I can understand. Drew, I can understand. Roman, that would be a fucking shocker. Bad business move, but it'd be a fucking shocker.
It's a bad business move, because I feel like Roman will still continue to sell well because people love him because they love him.
We've been wanting our selfish asses want to fucking heel turn, so he'll tell the fucking fans to fuck off.
I think the kids will move on.
That's why they won't do it.
I boo him, and I honestly think some of these motherfuckers, if Roman started being heel Roman like they were showing in NXT, they couldn't help but to like him.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, I feel
like you don't want, girl. Have you seen him in action? Have you seen his old NXT footage?
Yeah, I have.
He would blow each and every single heel on all rosters out of the fucking water with that gimmick.
Whenever I said, what do you have to do? Go to the dollar store? I said, bitch.
I be telling people too, like, I was like, y'all hate how he's booked now. Shit, if they turn him heel, he might be more dominant than he currently is, which ain't much.
Heel, so he can be dominant. I'm tired of underdog Roman. I'm tired of him fighting these big motherfuckers. Him against Dolph this past Sunday, it was so, Lord, girl, you just don't know.
I watched it again before I called.
That match was so good. He is so good with smaller guys, and they keep putting him in the ring with Braun and Brock all the time.
Here's the thing. he can go with anybody. I like watching him against bigger guys and small guys, but when it's the same people, then yeah, it's like yeah, it's a good match, but I'm tired of seeing it. I don't want to see. And the thing is, I've got to say this because it's like for people that like Braun Strowman, okay, that's fine, good for you. But y'all don't wonder just a little bit why he's always around Roman? I mean, is it because why? It ain't just because they got chemistry. It ain't just because of that. It's because Roman gives him momentum. He makes people care about him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just gonna be real with it.
Yeah.
I have yet. I mean, Kevin Owens. I was rooting for Kevin Owens, and I don't like Kevin Owens. He funny as fuck, but I don't like Kevin Owens. I'm not a fan of Kevin Owens. But we got tired of seeing the same thing. Kevin Owens constantly getting his ass beat. That was like a squash feud from Kevin, for Kevin. And it's like,
we still don't know why that had to happen.
It's like, come back to me about Braun Strowman when he can carry a feud. Make people care from just doing a damn promo like Roman did before WrestleMania.
Okay,
come back to me when he does that. But until then, every time he's around Roman or getting ready to feud with Roman again and again, that just lets me know WWE is depending on Roman to keep the momentum or to keep this mystique about Braun. And they're using the Shield with that. Even though you got Drew and Dolph with him, they're using the Shield. And I kind of said this tweet too. This tweet I put out that I said Roman's title reign thus far, like he's been defending it, but it's been about he's also been shining, not just himself with the title, but with other people. I'm like, y'all see how unselfish this man is? Like, if it was anybody else, they would just want it to be one-on-one feuds with their title reign, not just about everybody.
John Cena would never.
I mean, John Cena went down with them.
Ever.
Like, who else in WWE back then would want that title reign to not be just about them? Come on.
Yeah. I mean, I think you came out swinging on that, Tyler, because it's the truth. Roman is the reason Braun was relevant in the first place. Roman made Braun go from like a squash guy to like the monster among men where it became entertaining. I think part of the problem with Braun is it was said in the chat earlier, but I can't find it. But Mr. Matt DSM said, why does Braun even need help? His powers fluctuate wildly. Sometimes he's flipping trucks and can beat up 10 guys, but now he can't handle 3. It's really, really weird. I completely agree with that. I think it's just kind of all over the place. It's very like just Braun. They backed themselves into a corner because they went so far left with him and flipping trucks and stages and cars and whatever else they wanted to do that now it's like there's not much else they can do with him until they're falling back on Roman, and it is tired. I personally, for the past, gosh, almost it feels like one. I think it's 1 year, but it feels like 2. But for the past long time, they've been constantly in each other's orbit and it's just I completely agree with you. At some point, Braun has to stand on his own, and we can't keep compensating for him and making it about entertainment or whatever. I think it needs to be there.
It's like like I said, for people that like Braun Strowman, that's cool. But it's like y'all gonna want to see more eventually. Yes, they have chemistry. Yes, they put on hard-hitting matches, but I want to see what he does by himself. Because it's like and it's getting to the point where it's like, and I really try my hardest because it's like, God forbid, a Roman fan has something critical to say about another wrestler, even though they think we're supposed to put our heads down and just accept them criticizing our favor and not say shit. Fuck that. So, it's like, I don't give a fuck. But it's like, I want to see more now. Like, come on, like who else would just to get somebody over would let you drag them around for what 6-7 months or however long they was feuding with each other?
Yeah,
like, come on, man, it's getting old. And hopefully after this feud, Roman does one-on-one feuds, because I saw a tweet. Somebody asked how you think his title reign been so far. I said I'm not ready to judge it yet, because it's been about the Shield right now. So it's like, until we get some one-on-one feuds, I'm just gonna reserve judgment. But it's been about the Shield and other people, and he'll defend it here and there. Like, he tried to defend the championship against Dolph Ziggler, but Baron Corbin's selfish ass came in and was like, hell no, you know.
Yeah.
Which I still don't understand. Like, aren't you supposed to be on this guy's side and you're denying him of? See, like, that's why I talk about the writing. Why would you do that? And these are your allies. And
Because at the end of the day, Baron Corbin is still about himself. Like, he lost a championship opportunity. He's a GM.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, so all of them, you got to think about, all four of them are heels right now. So it's like, even though they're working together, they're still thinking about themselves.
Yeah.
If you look at it from that way. So that's how I look at it. But I'm looking forward to see what Dean gonna do. I mean, if he turns, the easy route to go will be against Seth, because, again, the stuff that we mentioned. But Roman is like, what reason do you possibly have other than you're probably jealous and don't have a title, you know? And I tweeted out what I would have said to Dean after he was like, I might have been champion, but it's like, first of all, don't come at me sideways, because I'll put you in your place real quick. And it's like, when you was going against Seth and the Authority, who was getting his ass kicked for you, so you can face Seth and all this shit, and had to deal with the consequences later for beating their ass for you, so you can win the championship from Seth. And it's like, I would have just had Roman just call out both of them in the ring and set them straight. Like, I'm the most loyal motherfucker in this damn group. If anybody need to be turning on anybody and being asses, it's me. Get sick of this high school bullshit from both of y'all. Like, goddamn.
Especially when he's been the only one, not the only one, but he's done so successfully well on his own that it's like, the both of you have floundered. I'd be fine.
Right. It's so obvious Roman, though. He won the Universal Championship without their help.
Yes.
So, okay, let's get to the main event, which is the very last time we're ever see this match ever again. Triple H versus The Undertaker. And all I want to talk about is how, if I had known back in 1996 when I was lusting over Shawn Michaels how unattractive he looked without hair, I might have paused for a minute.
I knew you was gonna say some bullshit.
Like talk about, like, he used to be so hot. Like, have you seen Shawn Michaels 1996 era Shawn Michaels?
Yeah,
he was so fine. Like, the hair was on point, the body was on point. He had that bad boy attitude. Like,
Father Time, man. You can't beat his Father Time.
And Father Time and prescription pills were not kind to baby boy. Cause let me tell you, Kevin Nash still look good. What? With the gray hair. What?
Yeah.
Kevin Nash had some work done though. He had a feel, but he still looks good.
Take some cough drops for that shit. I don't know what the hell you talking about.
What?
No.
He does. He got that salt and pepper, like, you know, that distinguished older man
right
now. Cough drops.
Oh my god.
I'm agreeing. He does look distinguished.
And he's just like a sexy old man.
Talk about Triple H still fine. I'm like, what the fuck is y'all looking at?
Triple H is not. Listen, Triple H ain't never really been fine except for like a small period between 2001 and 2003.
When he had the leather jacket and the backwards Kangol?
Yes.
He was doing something for me, and I was too young to be having something done, but I was feeling it.
he had like,
yeah, I ain't gonna lie. When I saw Shawn Michaels with that damn headband on, I was like, oh hell no.
nah,
Take that shit off.
yes, girl.
I said,
All the
I've been better if
sexual
you just showed
fantasies
your
out
bald
the
head.
window.
I was like, man, bro, take that shit off.
Lord, Roman, if you start losing your hair, like get some hair plugs.
He'd be
I ain't
mad
gonna lie.
grateful.
I
Roman
can
be
see,
mad grateful. He'd be like, I'm so glad my dad still has his hair, so I think we're good.
like, I could see Roman with like with a not with a bald head, but like with a low, like with a mids like cut.
Yeah, he was like when he had short hair in college, he was still fine.
Hell yeah, shit. I can live with that. He's just sexy, Lord. Anyway. Anyway.
She just found the phone once and brought it back.
Anyway.
But that's all I want to talk about on this. How ruined my fantasy of Shawn Michaels is.
I need to send a picture of him to my aunt. My aunt used to love him. She's not a wrestling fan, but she would watch when we were home because we watched. And she used to call him, oh, I like Mr. Pantene Pro V. I'm gonna send her a picture of his bald head now. I need to know.
Girl.
She will probably cry.
Girl.
I was confused. I was like, when I saw him come up the hat, I was like, okay, he got a buzz. It's no big deal. And then when I saw that hat come up, I said, oh no, sir.
He got all that money, and you telling me he couldn't have went and got some hair plugs or a hair transplant?
He could have got good lace
because Undertaker rocking his sew-in real well.
Are we gonna talk about it? Because
that is weave in his hair.
You can see that
sew-in.
I mean, fuck Hulk Hogan, but Hulk Hogan was honest and said this is Asian hair. I remember one time he was on Wendy and he said straight up, this is like a piece in the back. Like, be honest, because when I saw there, I said, whoa, buddy, this you can see the hang, the texture.
That yucky.
Yeah, it wasn't expensive hair. He didn't get good hair, and I could see that.
Yeah, yeah.
Somebody called Naomi. You went to Ember Moon Stylist. Made you to get together.
Yeah, Triple H and Shawn might win. Because they got beat down Monday.
Yeah, so that makes me think that Triple H is going to win.
Yeah.
Because, like, they're rumored, like, in the Saudi Arabia show, Crown Jewel, it's rumored that it's going to be Triple H and Shawn Michaels is going to come back to be his partner against the Brothers of Destruction. So, like, if Undertaker wins, you know, he usually rides off into the sunset. So, there would have to be a reason, like, he would have to get cheated some way against Triple H to want to go in a tag team. So, that's the way I see it happening.
Yeah, I feel like there's going to be shenanigans.
Yeah, isn't it cool how Kane can be mayor and a wrestler at the same time?
Isn't it weird, right? I'm like, I want to be in that county just for a little bit, just to see how that feels.
That's like a first. I said, you a mayor and you a wrestler. Must be nice.
Is Kane gonna wrestle in that bad Party City wig?
Ooh,
Come on.
They all.
And sometimes you got to try to keep character alive as best as you can. I don't blame him. I watched Undertaker's interview before getting on here too. He got a lot of like knowledge like about, you know, characters, moves, and he was like he talked about how fans coming up to him and stuff, and he was like, I try to be as accommodating as I can. He said the only time I don't take pictures and stuff is when I'm with, you know, my kids and stuff like that, because he was like, I don't like people taking pictures of my kids, and you know, and he seemed like a pretty, you know, positive person, surprisingly humble. You know, and you know, it was just very surprising interview. I didn't like the interview. It seemed like he kept interrupting him. I was like, I'm surprised Taker ain't went off yet, but I don't know.
I suffer from it. Sometimes as an extrovert, some of us it's a personality trait, and you know, it's a rough thing to learn to not to do. Can't help from. But Undertaker was. I mean, I haven't. So in this interview, did you see anything that you were like, this is very interesting, and I didn't see things this way, or was it all pretty much stuff that you felt like you already kind of heard or knew, or was it like, you know?
Well, about the moves, characters and stuff, he pretty much confirmed what every other wrestler say and pretty much debunked what fans think is the end all be all of a wrestler.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if he's saying it, one of the top 3 characters of all time is saying moves is not, because he was like, you gotta keep people emotionally invested in whether they're cheering or booing. He said it doesn't matter. But he said you can't do that, then you're not gonna hold people's attention for very long, no matter how many moves you do. And he's right. So I was like, he pretty much confirmed, what some of us were already saying. And he talked about Mark Henry a little bit, awing over how strong and gifted he was, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it for the most part.
That's good. I will check it out. I hear what you're saying. I'm going to check it out.
Mm-hmm.
So
This match, though,
we are going with Triple H.
Oh no, I'm going with Undertaker. I'm sorry if I didn't.
Triple H.
Oh, so you think Undertaker?
If it was WrestleMania, then yeah, Taker winning that. But Triple H, but this Super Showdown,
yeah, there's no.
Undertaker
if
is not.
Win, he has no reason to keep fighting right now.
Taker's not gonna care about losing that Australia.
Why you gotta say it like that?
I don't think he cares. I don't think I think he'll take that, especially since it's Triple H, But at the same time, if it's built like their last ever match, then maybe he would want to see himself as, definitively winning.
Yeah.
Damn, now I have to think about it.
Yeah. I mean, they did say it's like the last time ever. So
they've said it.
Time ever. You would want your last so many times. It ain't gonna be the last time because they keep coming back.
Yeah, I don't. That's why I made fun of it, because I don't fucking believe them.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
And I ain't gonna lie.
There's one thing I'm certain of. This is not his last match.
And I would look forward to seeing Shawn Michaels wrestle again, just to see if he still got it or not. And like, he ain't gonna wrestle, but just to see him do a little.
He's gonna do some moves. He's gonna Shawn Michaels is gonna get in there and do some bumps and do something to wow the crowd. He is, because it's been teased too much at this point. And he took a bump on Monday.
True.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he looked like he regretted it immediately on his face. Like, oh no. He looked so dumb. Halfway down from that choke slam, he said,
I ain't gonna lie, it was cool seeing the Brothers of Destruction, because I used to love them as a tag team. Like, I used to love Brothers of Destruction as a tag team. I thought they were so badass.
They were.
Yeah.
Oh, look at my Halloween mask, you guys. I scared my mom with this.
Yeah, I saw you with that.
Yeah, I scared my mom with this.
So, I want to touch on just a little bit of WWE Evolution and them
oh yeah,
totally like not really doing much. Like, the show is happening in like 4 weeks, and what are the matches again? Like,
well, here's my thing with that. Now, you said it's in 4 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So 4 weeks, to me, anyway, or maybe I'm being optimistic here. I feel like 4 weeks is still enough time for them to build up the matches that they want to do, and I think. Have we ever thought about maybe Evolution is a pay-per-view to where they're just showcasing the women and just putting matches together, not actual stories?
but yeah, but you say that, but then to go back to the Undertaker, if you're just having matches just to have matches,
Yeah.
who like you want more than just women's wrestling fans to watch you. Why want to draw in people who otherwise wouldn't care?
Yeah.
And I just want them after this week to kick it up like a
Yeah.
million more notches.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a lot more women's stories, like especially on Raw. Like, what even
Well,
is
I
going
mean,
on?
they only building up one match on
Yeah,
SmackDown against Charlotte and Becky, correct? So it's not like, so it's not like, yeah, I understand. Like Raw really doesn't have um at least one story or match that they're building for the women on Evolution. But it's like SmackDown could be building up more than Becky and Charlotte, but I guess Becky and Charlotte is the only hot women's feud on SmackDown right now. And like you said, it goes back to what Claudia said. Even though it doesn't bother me, Bayley and Sasha could have been an epic feud and story
Oh,
for Evolution.
it was that's such an opportunity that they just are giving away. But Sasha is also injured right now.
yeah, and they won't specify, and people think she's pregnant.
Yeah, yeah, I
I
saw
saw pregnancy rumors, but I also said I also saw that they were saying we might see her with two new things to strap to her chest, and I said, well, if it gets her a title reign, then go on get you your surgery, girl.
that. Yeah, yeah.
Come with a
What?
blonde wig and a blue job. Let me see her.
Hold on, wait a minute. Sasha Banks, of all
There's
people,
been
winning out some fake
speculation.
TV.
There's been speculation. We'll see when she comes back out because the
I
girls have been going in waves lately.
I don't believe
They
it.
have been going in rotations.
I don't believe it.
Y'all
She would
talked
be the
about,
last person I would believe.
I believe, Goddess of Hell. You've talked about the Bree situation already, have you?
Yes. Oh, but you had thoughts.
Ooh, thank God.
Yeah,
I ain't gotta hear you rant about that because I know you was pissed.
anyway.
I mean, my thing with that is, has Bree been sloppy since she's been back? Yes, it's obvious. It's on TV. You can't hide it. You can't sugarcoat it. But I just didn't like how fans was using that as a way to, you know, just be like, okay, if you hate her, just come out and say that. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
using that as a reason to be all personal and everything, to the point where Daniel Bryan had to come out, and it's like, again, I don't care for DB, but it's like, I mean, he's supposedly you guys' best wrestler ever, so how are you gonna argue with him about what's safe and what isn't? But it's like, I just didn't like how fans was using that as a way to like get personal and just straight up bash her. And it's like, damn, where did this hate come from?
Yeah, she didn't. I've agreed for the same thing. Where I'm just like, her mistakes were mistakes, and obviously we want to do better. But I think Daniel said it right. There's no one harder on her. I'm positive Bree is beating herself up about it and wants to do better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Bree is listen. One time in college, my wig fell off in a group setting it was an outdoor music thing at my college, and my wig fell off. The level of embarrassment, I just left the country. I went to study abroad, and I did not look back. I avoided the quad at all costs because of that moment. So for Bree to have publicly embarrassed herself like this a couple of times and to continue to show a strong face, I commend her because I was not strong enough to do that. Okay?
And I tell people all the time, you got to think about it. She been going longer than Nikki because she's been pregnant, and stuff. So it's like, sometimes getting back in the ring is not as simple as people think it is.
And pregnancy isn't as simple as people think it is. Pregnancy is a whole lot.
No,
like your body doesn't get back together to like a year.
A year? No, sometimes so there are some parts of your body and your mind your children have taken it. You're not getting it back. I
Mm.
used to be I used to be way sharper with my memory before I had children. I did. Now I would walk into a room and I'm like, now what? Why did I come in this room?
A
So
grandma goddess from hell.
they they I'm telling you, they take a piece of you when they come out. So I get that. I understand it. My whole thing was all wrestlers get this criticism. If it's criticism, we can have a dialogue. These people who saying she needs to retire, she needs to do this, I would say no.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what the hell? I was
I
like,
would
okay, we
say
get it. Y'all mad that she, she could have critically hurt because, oh my God, them kicks to the head was, oh, that was horrible. But
it
Also,
was.
I
It
did
was
not know
scary.
Bree was kicking the girls that hard, though. I mean, can we just talk? I didn't realize the girls were hitting each other that hard because
No,
and
my
my
I
things
thing,
didn't
and
I
don't
my
didn't
look
thing
that
is
hard.
too,
realize
it's
that.
like, okay, Bree made a mistake,
Yeah.
but Liv, you see how low she was putting her head down. It's like,
Yeah,
come on now, you should have known. Okay, if I keep putting my head down
Liv
this low, I'm gonna
Liv
get
has
knocked the
like a
hell out.
long she has like a long torso. So to compensate, she was kind of like hunching down so the kick hits could get to where they were supposed to. But Bree, knowing she had a long torso, was like kicking higher than she usually does, and it was miscommunication. And like that is fine. This is just something you learn from. That's what I think.
yeah,
You don't
Yeah,
have
she
to
gonna learn from it. She
you
know
don't
now.
I don't think any wrestler should be crucified for making mistakes. It's because honestly we don't do it. We don't know how it feels to be in there and to be doing those moves.
yeah,
Yeah.
At the same time, coach and a lot of fans concerns were just concerns for Liv's health and safety. Now
yeah.
the vitriol and the piling on and the tweeting at her about that shit, that is uncalled for. But just to say there should be no criticism whatsoever, like all criticism isn't bad.
That's true.
Some of it is constructive. So don't just dismiss all criticism
That's hate. You're right.
because of the hate. You have to look through that. And if Bree is willing to do that, I am fine. I don't like her anyway, but it's not like, I'm fine with her. She's adequate, you know. But yeah, overall,
And like people were
people
starting
just,
it,
it
and
seems
people were,
like they wait to pile on to people all
oh
the time.
yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
oh yeah, most definitely.
You make one
And
mistake, and now everything you've ever done that I dislike is now a part of why you're terrible. It just doesn't. That was my thing where it's like at first I saw I was like, oh crap, that sucks. Like that was really bad. Like and then I just saw like how the timeline was going because I always go jump into like the show hashtag, during the shows, and I'm just like, oh god, it's about to be a thing, and I'm tired already because it didn't need to be this much of a thing. At the
no,
end of the
Liv,
day, Bree wasn't shooting. It wasn't like Bree was shooting on her. Bree
yeah,
just it was an accident. If she was shooting, it would be a
yeah.
different thing.
It'll be tough, definitely. And I was like, Seth did get criticism, but it wasn't this vitriolic towards him. Like,
Oh no, people wanted to kill Seth, girl.
man,
Bret
I
Hart
see.
shamed him so bad
Brett
Yeah,
that
did.
people
Brett don't like
started
Seth.
taking up for him.
Brett don't like Seth at all.
No, he doesn't. It's like Seth fucked his daughter or something, and he don't want to tell nobody. Something went on
There's
there.
gotta be something. Yeah, you're right.
Brett don't like Seth. And
It's
I don't remember people going at Samoa. Well, maybe I wasn't on Twitter when people was going at Samoa Joe, but I just
yeah.
don't.
It's people that still hold it. Listen, it's people that hold it against Daniel Bryan for kicking Roman Reigns and his hernia scar. Okay.
Oh
Was that
yeah,
during the fast lane match?
Yes.
I need to go back and watch that again.
He did that. That's why
And
when he
Roman
came out and
buckled.
was talking about what he did in his matches. I did this and I did that. I said, well, you can reckless as your wife. That's how you could read it. Oh, you out there hurting people too, huh? You out there kicking people in their face and in their hernia scar after they done had surgery.
Yeah, people were calling him out for that.
I remember watching that
I
and
was
being
like,
like,
I'm gonna let y'all do that. I ain't finished.
And what pissed me off is that Roman got kicked in that scar, and then that's when people were trying to say he gets winded easily. And they were like, he was out of breath in that match. Bitch, you get kicked in your surgery scar. See how you
exactly.
God. It's not ballet. These people are gonna get hurt.
Y'all say it's not ballet, but ballet is tough. If you find out what the details of how they don't break their ankles.
Right.
So I would say this is not, post office delivery. It's like a non-contact. This is not the office job. This is not my job.
It's not high stakes poker, people. Yeah. They're getting hurt.
Those ballerinas, if they roll up wrong, they break their ankle. I had a friend who was a ballerina, and I was shocked when I found
several ballerina documentaries about like their feet and their back, like some of their whole body. A couple of them end up like paralyzed and crippled. And
Wow.
So you're right. We shouldn't use this, not ballet.
I can only invoke change on a small scale because every time they say it on TV, I'm just like, oh, I just want to just correct all of you, but it's fine. One day I'll get my chance. But for Undertaker, I guess, I'm so over that match.
Is there anything else you guys want to?
Yeah, sorry about coming on late, people. My voice is...
I will not forgive you.
I know. I'm sorry. Because I saw y'all Twitter, I was like, oh, shit. I said, and it's like almost 9 o'clock. I damn near missed the whole damn show.
Hey, it happens.
I said, they going to go off on me in front of everybody.
Oh, no, girl.
Never
that.
Oh, Lord.
Come on.
We were just like, is she coming?
And then like, I guess you'll jump in.
Yeah, it's like, my bad, y'all. That won't happen again, I promise. But I pretty much said all I need to say,
Yeah, I'm good.
Okay, well, the last thing before we go out, what's the match that you're most looking forward to from this upcoming show Saturday?
Oh, that's a tough question because honestly, I'm looking forward to. I really care about just the Shield and the one because I want to see what happens after the match. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be good because all three guys, Roman, Dean, and Seth, can wrestle their butts off and make anybody look good. So it's like, and usually when it's really the match that's promoted the heaviest is usually the one that people look forward to seeing. And I don't even remember the matches they got. I mean, I guess Miz and Daniel Bryan. I guess Samoa Joe and
yeah, we went through the whole card.
Like dry.
I mean, Samoa Joe, AJ winning that match anyway, so whatever. I think is that the only match? Shit.
And they have Naomi and Asuka versus the Iconics.
I
love Naomi and Asuka.
And then the Bellas and Ronda Rousey versus the Riot Squad.
Oh, Ronda Rousey winning that. They winning that.
New Day versus the Bar. They have a cruiserweight match, but like we don't watch the cruiserweights, so we didn't really talk about that.
Yeah.
I just want Cedric to win because he's bae.
Is Mustafa Ali got a match?
Alexander supports Hulk Hogan, so
Mustafa Ali is fine.
Oh my God, girl!
Just woo. He's fine, man. And I'm like,
Oh, so he don't have a match?
And he be thirst trapping too. He knows.
No, it's Cedric Alexander versus Buddy Murphy. I don't know why they won't push Mustafa Ali.
They should.
Yes, he's a damn good face, and he's sexy, and has great moves, and
he moves like butter.
They should push him,
especially with them flips he be doing.
Ooh.
Dani, what match are you looking
I'm most looking forward to actually Naomi and Asuka versus the Iconics because I love hate the Iconics, to be honest. They're so bad, like I get it and like I like it.
You like it?
I do. Like they're so bad. Like it's like an adorable boo. Like I'm not like, oh, I hate them. They're the worst things ever. But like I'll you know, I don't want them to win or anything. But I'm curious. I really want to see their homecoming reaction.
Oh, so you're like one of those fans that be like, it's dumb, but I love it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Mixed Match Challenge is my jam right now. I'm living my best life on Mixed Match Challenge.
Like I love Naomi and Jimmy, R-Truth and Carmella.
That match was so funny. I mean, no, that wasn't their match. Their match. I think they did have one, but I think their match that happened last night was Naomi, and Rusev and Lana and Naomi and Jimmy.
Oh,
and
yeah.
They broke down into a full-on dance-off. They were going for it. They were twerking. They were doing all this mess. They tried to do a new Too Cool spot with Jimmy. I cried. Like, it was so entertaining. Alicia Fox was losing her mind. I loved it. So, for me, I want to see the Iconics. I want to see their homecoming reaction.
They're going to get cheered.
And I think because it is a homecoming match, the match is going to be really fun. And there's going to be I'm expecting there to be a little bit more time in that match. You know, and I'm not expecting like a 15-minute classic, but I'm definitely expecting like a good, 10 minutes of like entertainment.
Yeah.
Yeah, it should be good. I'm looking most forward to Becky versus Charlotte because I always like their matches. And I'm really into what Becky's doing right now as a character. Really, I don't care if she has to cheat. Just have her win.
Yeah,
She gonna win.
All right, that was WWE Super Showdown, and we will be back next week to discuss the fallout from that show, and hopefully, some build up towards Evolution, and I don't mean the group that's coming back for SmackDown 1000.
Yeah.
Of course, I want you to check out my friends from the Two Guys One Sport podcast on YouTube. They're very well knowledge, and if you are into companies outside of the WWE, particularly New Japan, they do talk about that a lot. I learned a lot about like non-WWE wrestlers from like listening to them and seeing who should I watch because there's way too many people to just shuffle through.
Yeah.
So, any last words before we hightail it on out of here?
Did you like my hot complete?
I can't.
Girl, I loved your hot great girl. I had flashbacks.
Doesn't it trigger you? It triggers
me so much.
It triggers. Every time I see it, I'm like, oh no, please, my ears.
Go ahead, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm sorry about coming on late again, guys.
Don't even feel bad. It be like that. I can't go off on you. We can't because one day it's gonna be me, and I'm gonna need compassion.
All right. And please don't think I won't oversleep around here. All right, guys. Thanks you. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.